was quick.
Oh shit, I wanted to about the car.
That was, oh man.
Alright guys, welcome back to Unlockable Character. It is Fun and Fitness Fridays, and today I have a ton of awesome content for you. We're going to start with the 2025 BMW M4 GT3 Evo. Evo for race cars stands for evolution, and what you see here is essentially the LCI 2025 BMW M4 in the GT3 race car form. What's really cool is the headlights are going to get double projectors on the race car. The projectors are the lamps next to the snake lenses. And I wish the production car got the double headlamps. But I just think this is one of the most beautiful racing cars I've ever seen. So starting at a high point. Okay, now let's get into something really, really cool. We are going to learn how to run an LLM locally. That means you could use a recent MacBook. For example, I have a recent MacBook Pro. And you can run an open source LLM like Llama from Meta on your machine, which means you don't even need an internet connection to talk to an AI. You could basically have a personal AI assistant with you wherever you go. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to go to ollama.com. Ollama is a program that allows you to actually run large language models. Ollama also has a directory, an inventory of models that you can download, but you need to download the program itself first. So you'll hit download here, and then you'll pick your operating system. I, of course, have Mac. I've already downloaded Ollama, but from here, you'll have it download, and while it's downloading, let's go over to the models section. Here, you'll find a list of different models, so different LLMs. Now, what's really interesting is that many of the most advanced LLMs today, like Claude Opus, GPT-4o, and even Meta's LLM3, they are actually not fully powered because there are safeguards in place. And those safeguards actually restrict what you can do with the model. So we want to basically get a model that is unrestricted. And there is a version of the open source Llama model called Dolphin. So you'll want to search Dolphin here, go to Dolphin Llama 3, and here you'll be able to pick different sizes of the model. So sizes being the number of parameters. There's an 8 billion parameter version and a 70 billion parameter version. If you're trying to run this locally on a MacBook Pro, I recommend running the 8 billion version of the parameters. If you try running the 70 billion parameter version, your queries when you ask questions to the AI could take minutes versus seconds when you're running an 8 billion parameter version. And this is really important because the 8 billion version is almost as good as the 70 billion version, but it requires a lot less computation. And that ability to go from a huge model size to a small model size is done through a process of quantizing. And this is the future of AI. These massive models that get quantized to run on local hardware with specific chips that are really good for AI tasks. The MacBook has Apple's silicon. It's called the I believe I have an M3 processor in this MacBook Pro. It's actually very recent, and it handles AI tasks really well. But again, I'm going to use the 8 billion version. I think you guys should too, unless you have a super beefy like desktop computer that you want to throw the 70 billion parameter version at. Okay, so on the left-hand side, you'll see the drop-down. It's already on 8 billion. I'm going to confirm it is there. And what you see here on the right-hand side is essentially a command, and you can copy that command. Now, remember, when we went to Ollama, we downloaded the program itself. If it has completed downloading, you can run it, install it. I already have it installed. That's where you can see it here. If you have it installed, what you'll need to do next is open up your command or terminal. So on MacBook, it's called terminal. I'm going to type in Ollama. You'll see that it's installed. And now this is actually where you're going to paste in the model code that we saw here. So you can copy that and you could paste it in. Now when you paste that in, you'll see here that it's actually going to pull the model, and it's pulled it, and it's actually running now in my MacBook. So I actually have an LLM running locally now, so I can say, hey, how are you? And you can see I get a response, and it's almost instantaneous. And to prove to you guys that I don't need the internet for this, I'm going to turn off the Wi-Fi. Okay? Are you still there? Look at that. You don't need the internet to interact with an AI because you can run it locally. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Please try this out. It's incredible how quickly AI is progressing, and the fact that we can run quantized models of open source unrestricted, so that you could really ask this thing you could ask this thing sensitive topics that the normally restricted models would not answer. So I think it's very powerful, and you guys should absolutely learn how to do this. Okay? Hope you enjoyed that. The next thing I want to get to is really interesting topics and videos around the future of AI. The first is this interview with the former CEO of Google, Eric Schmidt. He talks about where AI is today, the threats coming with China, and essentially where we're going. So I highly recommend this video. I'm going to go through a few of these. I can't play them, obviously, because I'd get a copyright strike, but I will link them in the description below. All right, the next video I want to share with you is from David Shapiro. I highly recommend you subscribe to him. I'm going to subscribe right now. He has excellent predictions about where AI is heading, and he has this awesome format where he goes on hikes and he talks to the camera. He's very articulate, he's very well read, he has very nuanced takes. In this video, for example, he talks about how nuclear power is making a comeback because we have to power these data centers where the AIs are trained, and they require such massive amounts of energy and electricity that it does make sense now for nuclear power to come back. And Microsoft is even looking at investing in nuclear power plants. So definitely an incredible video to watch. Next up is an author named Yanis Varoufakis. And I may be messing up that name, I apologize. He has written a book about techno-feudalism. I brought that up in my previous video, where techno-feudalism is this current state of capitalism where there is a lord class of essentially capitalists who own all of the data centers, the capital around the chipsets that power AI. And if you control the cloud or those data centers or even the chipsets, you have much more control over everything else in the economy that will be built out of that AI. And it's a fantastic, I think, concept and way to organize this current version of capitalism that we're in. I really think that you guys would do well to read about techno-feudalism and watch this interview that he has on this channel called Unheard. So I'll link all these videos again below. The next one is actually about graphene. So along with semiconductor engineering is material science. Material science is rapidly advancing. So graphene was invented in 2004, and it was first actually found by scientists who took Scotch tape on essentially pencils that had graphite, and they stripped off the graphene, which is a single layer of carbon atoms that are arranged so thin, just a single layer of them in a pattern. And this video talks about how graphene is going through what's called the aluminum moment. So believe it or not, when the Washington Monument was built in the 19th century in DC, it's that obelisk-looking thing. We put an aluminum pyramid at the top to top the Washington Monument because that was the most precious thing that we had back then. If you imagine, aluminum went from being what we treasured as a nation to put on top of our most fantastic cultural monument to being something that was used by everyone in their homes for just aluminum foil. And how did that happen? Well, science discovered a method to produce aluminum at a much cheaper cost. So this video really talks about how aluminum was this super material for the 20th century and how graphene will become our super material for the 21st century. So I highly recommend you watch this. Graphene is going to have an incredible impact on our lives, and I think it may be used for semiconductors and transistors in the future. So definitely something to watch. All right, the next one is Google Quantum AI is their quantum computing unit, Google's quantum computing unit. They have a roadmap, and they have reached the second phase of that roadmap, which is laying out out a design for their qubits in their quantum computer in a way that actually, as it scales, reduces the number of errors. And quantum computers, as a concept, it's so different because traditional computers read bytes of information as ones and zeros. You know, something can be a 1 or something can be a 0. Quantum computers are able to basically have something be a 1 and 0 at the same time, which is a whole new novel concept of computing. And I can really see quantum computing combining with AI in the next 10, 20 years to exponentially increase, you know, the problems that AI could solve. Because with a quantum computer, you could essentially compute every single atom in the universe and then run an equation against that. So just, it's amazing the progress that's being made. This was a year ago that they were able to lay out this design, which actually reduced the error rate in their quantum computer as it scaled. So amazing video. Again, I will link it below. All right, next. This is a video from Digital Engine. It's a little bit, I'd say, cautionary, but what I want to touch on is robotics. And AI and robotics will combine to basically produce the next big consumer product segment, which will be robots for the home. We are approaching a place where there's basically a general purpose robotics model, robotics AI model, where you can have a robot at the home excel in multiple tasks: cleaning, cooking, entertaining. And this will free up a lot of time for people. And it'll also be, I think, a product that'll be introduced at a 5-figure price point, maybe even 6-figure price point that people will have to finance. And it might be like the new iPhone, right? Like every 3 years you upgrade your home robot, and the pace of progress will be absolutely just incredible. So what you're seeing here in this still from the video is NVIDIA has created a process where the robots are learning by actually rendering what the human is doing in what you would consider like a video game space, and then learning from that rendering. So you render what the robot wants to do in a 3D space, and then you train it. So the AI is learning from just the rendering, which is just unbelievable. So definitely something to look out for as well. Next is another video from Digital Engine about a possible conflict with China. And I think this is a real threat. So NVIDIA today is June 2nd. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but the CEO of NVIDIA presented in Taipei for the next kind of generation of chipsets for AI and what NVIDIA is going to be doing. You can think of NVIDIA as almost like an AI factory. It's like the backbone of the data centers that the AIs are using to be trained on. And the only problem is the majority of those chips are produced in Taiwan, especially the most advanced ones. And if China takes Taiwan, it introduces a huge risk for the US economy to go into a recession, and for NVIDIA to sharply decline on the stock market, whereas in recent times, NVIDIA has basically just spiked, completely going upwards, and I don't think that's going to stop. I actually recommend everyone, and okay, this is not financial advice because I'm not an investment management professional, okay? But I do think that if you do a repeat buy of NVIDIA and Ethereum and you just forget about it, and let's say you wait till GTA 6 comes out, you might have a very nice surprise if you look at your account by the time GTA 6 comes out, if you do a repeat buy, say of $100 every 2 weeks of NVIDIA and Ethereum. If you can do that, I would highly recommend doing it. But again, not financial advice. You know, markets are a casino. Take that for what it is. Now, the future is happening all around us. And if you're not curious, it'll just pass you by. And you will lose out on the investment opportunities to make money. So even if you don't care about these topics, if you care about making money, you should care about these topics, okay? All right. And David Ondre, okay? I would highly, highly recommend that you subscribe to him, watch his videos. He makes AI very approachable. All right, the last two sites I have up are Perplexity AI, and this is a next generation, what I would call AI engine that helps you create and learn about anything. And what it does is it searches the entire web. You can actually choose the different LLMs for it to use, and then it'll produce a comprehensive list for you. So you can have a free mode with this. I highly recommend trying it out. And then the last thing I have is NVIDIA AI. I've just checked this out. I'm actually testing it now. You give it prompts with text and it creates a full video for you. So imagine, I've told people that it's important to use AI to create content. Please, when you're creating content, don't just create junk content, but realize that now is the time to create content with AI and put it on platforms, get monetized, and earn income. So definitely one to look out for. All right. For the rest of the video, I will be putting a best of Fun and Fitness Fridays together. I hope you guys enjoy. All right, let's go. People play on the freaking paddle shifters a little bit too much. Oh my gosh, dude. What's good, YouTube? Some of you requested a cold start, so we're gonna get in the car. I'll show you how to open the valves for a cold start and let her rip. All right, the first thing you want to do is to make sure you can access the valve controller. I have it on my garage mirror. I put the car in diagnostic mode, so you hit the start engine stop button 3 times. And then once that is done, hit the first garage door button opener. That's for me to open the valves. So now that valves are fully open, then I'm gonna go into M1 mode, which is full sport settings. Burbles are on, and I'm gonna start the car. So yeah, that's obviously super loud, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that. on 400, I think comfort chassis and comfort steering are a must because the road surface is pretty bumpy. Normally my sports settings are on when I'm in M1, but like I said, yeah, for 400, chassis, comfort, steering, comfort. Behind us, it looks sick. Let's see if we can come up. That's awesome. I know this exit messes up a lot of people. East McFarland, West McFarland. And it's a pretty tight turn, West McFarland. It's like a hairpin. That was really nice. A lot of landscaping, huh? For just a hairpin. And Drew's Z06 on chrome wheels, looking clean as ever. Dang, it looks so nice. Guys, let's go say hi to Drew, see what's in his shop. Whew. So this is an Emira. This is the second one I've seen at a St. Patrick's Day car show. I saw a green one.
What's up, brother?
How are you, Drew?
Good, how are you?
Good. Good to see you.
It looks like you had like a hat on in there. I'm like, it's too hot for that.
Dude, this morning was 40 degrees. Wow. Now it's really, really nice.
Yeah, now it feels good.
Are you gonna wash the car?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I see the pollen, but the wheels still look good.
Yeah, they're alright.
Chrome just looks so hard. It just screams at you like freedom. You're like an uncle now, you know what I mean? Does this have side skirts or is that Z06 Aero?
It's so these are aftermarket, but they're made to look like the Z07 package. So the Z07 is like the track package of the Z06. This doesn't have that, but I just put like the Aero on.
Sweet.
You could option that Aero without the package from the factory, but this didn't have it.
The rotors look crazy too.
Yeah.
Are they stock or aftermarket?
Stock. Now the car's finally working the way it was intended.
It was tuned properly now, or like something was adjusted?
Well, so that was actually all fine. Ever since I bought the car, it had a puncture in the heat exchanger.
Really?
And I didn't know because there's no light that tells
you. Is it underneath the car or where is the heat exchanger?
I mean, it's the first, you know, I replaced it now, so this is an aftermarket one.
Right.
But
it would have been through there?
It's just right here.
Jeez.
And so I guess when the previous owner had it, a rocket hit it. And the car doesn't tell you, so it was leaking coolant, and it's a separate system from the engine coolant. So The engine
Maybe
was
it sat
fine.
on the front bumper instead of hitting the ground. Otherwise, you would have seen it or something.
Yeah,
like that.
well, I did see coolant on the ground.
Yeah.
And I took it to the dealer, and they're like, we pressure tested it, and it looks fine.
Yeah, right.
But
They didn't even pressure.
They pressure tested the engine coolant. It's a separate system. This is what cools the supercharger.
Oh wow.
So I was basically the whole time I had it, I was basically
In
heat
limp
soaking,
mode.
like. You know,
Yeah, true. So it immediately basically like.
I kept thinking, I'm like, man, this car feels fucking slow. Like, it sometimes feels fast, but like most of the time it feels slow.
Do you think we could go out for a spin after we wash the car?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then do you think you can drive my car a little bit? I'll get footage from the passenger
I'd
side?
probably rather actually do that before I wash it.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, fuck it, whatever.
You want to get some gas or something like that?
I actually do need gas.
All right, guys, we're going to hop in Drew's car. His Z06 is running right now. Let's see how this goes. Woo. Oh boy, look at this thing. Chrome wheels, red seats. What more do you need?
I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for the front
Okay.
wheels.
650 horsepower, 650 pounds of torque. It's stock, right?
No. It was 650 horsepower.
315 in the back, 305 in the back. What's it like?
Maybe 325.
325.
Yeah. They come with 335s, I think, but Toyota doesn't make that. Yeah, that's the good thing about Corvette forums is that everything is on there.
Oh yeah. This is pinnacle Corvette for me, so everyone who loves the C8, I get it, but
Technically, C7 CR1 is pinnacle Corvette, but that's like 200 grand, so.
I will say you'll probably pull on a GT3 now. .1, .2, it doesn't matter.
Ideally, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Before,
40 roll, 60 roll.
shout out to fucking Charlie.
0 to 60 might be tough. They just have crazy traction. That's driver mod.
Well,
though.
this has, now with the R888's traction, is
Oh.
a non-issue.
Wow. Yeah, you're not playing around. You put R888s.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's a non-issue.
Oh my gosh, dude. Oh man.
Fill this thing up because she's on empty almost.
Do you want anything to drink?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
I've been sticking to water lately.
Gotcha. That's good, not a bad idea.
Yeah. Appreciate it though.
Yeah, man. How do you close this properly? Like this?
I just put, yeah. I mean, I usually just put my fingers in.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Good. Thank you. Okay.
Secured the sack.
Yeah, just some Gatorade water. Try it.
Gatorade water?
Yeah, I got one for you too.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Something new.
I like how you included the guy at the gas station in your last video.
Because he said the name, I was like,
Yeah.
this is too perfect, dude.
Yeah, that was good.
I should use that as an intro for the next video. Gas stations, there's so much going on. It's very stimulating when you walk
Yeah.
in. All of the colors.
I hope your premium plus car wash was touchless.
Yes,
Okay.
always. course, we got the M4 parked up. And a Lotus Emira, first edition. Absolutely beautiful car. We'll let Drew take the M4 for a spin later. All right. Let's see if Drew knows how to set up the car.
Welcome in.
Thank you. Oh, have you set it up the way you like it?
I only really messed with like seating and steering wheel and mirrors.
Let's try this though.
I didn't
Hit
do
M
any
mode.
of the M mode?
Yeah. And then rotate this to the right twice to track. Press it down, yeah, activate it.
Ooh.
Now the safety things are off, so it won't break for you and all that kind of stuff. This garage door opener will open the valves.
It's closed right now?
Yeah, it's closed right now. I think it's closed right now. Yeah.
Oh.
And then M1 is all-wheel drive with all the best sport settings.
So track mode has nothing to do with this?
Yeah, it's just the safety controls.
Okay, so...
M1 twice, because it'll have like a legal disclaimer. So now it's an M1.
So it's four-wheel drive?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
All-wheel drive sport. Yeah. And then this is the burble button, so you can turn burbles on or off. I like them off, but you can keep them on too.
So they're off right now or on?
Now they are on.
Let's do that.
Let's hear them, yeah.
Let's rock with the burbles.
And now the map icon in M1 mode is, you'll see it's moved over to the left. I think that's track mode actually. It's moved
So
over to the
this
left.
is in auto or manual?
It's in manual right now. And I keep it actually here, and you can use the map on that if you want. This is how I have the engine info, the tire info, oil info, and the map all at once.
I have a feeling I'm gonna want one of these. I've driven it before, but
This
every
one
time I
doesn't
drive
have a.
one.
This one has the height adjustable kit, not the coilovers. The last one had
Stock.
the KWV3.
Stock
Stocks, yeah. And this is in the stiffest settings right now. Whew. It feels good in the passenger seat, I'm not gonna lie.
I like that it gurgles and it doesn't like pop.
Yeah.
It's not like bang bang, it's just...
Right.
Ooh,
It's all good.
I didn't even hit the part I thought we were gonna scrape on.
Don't worry.
I feel like this thing ain't staying around long.
I drive it like I stole it anyway.
Is the heated wheel on?
Yeah.
How do
You can turn it off, yeah. Oof.
I... Saying wow. So it is catless or not?
It is, it is.
Did YouTube just watch me run the stop sign? Where are our temps at? Is this... That's coolant,
That's
right?
boost at the top, and then coolant, and then that's the engine temperature, so you're good. Oh, that was a nice
This
intake
is
noise.
stock power?
Yeah. Well, with mid pipes and down pipes, it's probably 550 horsepower at the crank.
Alright, let's see what it sounds like without it.
Yeah. Clean,
I think
super
I'm
clean.
with you on that.
Yeah. It just sounds like a race car.
It's fun for a little bit, but
Yeah.
then it's like, alright. Love when the big old SUVs pull as far forward as possible.
Right, so you can't see a thing.
I like having this.
Yeah, 100%.
What a difference the trans makes.
Oh yeah, the transmission tune?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've customized it over time.
Got the intakes.
I took the intakes off, tried to sell them, and then I missed them so much I put them back on. They make a big difference.
The truck's kind of clean. It sounds good. Like,
Thanks, man. It sounds like a JDM turbo car to me.
it boogies. You can tell third's got a little more heft to it. These cars need the xDRIVE.
Yeah, they do need the extra. Otherwise, it's just an animal.
They just don't feel the same.
Yeah. Yeah, full commit on the gas.
In second or first?
First.
I saw the countdown, so I wanted to make it.
Oh yeah, keep the burbles on. It sounds great.
Caught a little rasp there.
A little bit.
Oh man.
Dang.
For your opportunity.
True.
Those intakes sound crazy. Is it still open? Did it close or?
This is closed.
Oh, it's a different one. Oh wow.
It's all engine noise. Gearbox
That's
noise.
Crazy. It's like the vet.
Really?
Yeah.
When it's fully closed?
When you close
That was all
the valves,
intake
it's
noise.
like whisper quiet. This is nuts.
People would think it was stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's stock muffler, right?
Yeah, stock muffler. Like, it takes 2 seconds. Like, have some awareness, you know what I'm saying? See how easy it was for me to get over? To drive, everything would be so much smoother, you know what I mean? I don't know why the CarPlay turns on and off. I know you guys are hearing that. It's always a fun turn when there isn't a retard truck. What are you doing? Are you fucking retarded? I hate it. swear to God, people are so dumb. Like, the thought process of that truck driver was just non-existent. You know what I mean? Oh, I'll just hit you. I'll just go into you. Guys, let's get some exhaust noise. Oh, I have missed that so much, guys. What's good, guys? We are at a car meet that I'm hosting for a music video shoot. Check it out. My boy Viraj. We have tons of cars out here right now. M2, R8, M3, McLaren, absolutely sick M4 that I've never seen before. Thing looks crazy. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, as you can see, we have an amazing turnout. This is an underground racing, R8. People don't know that. The production company here too. I'll give more details later in the video, guys. Let's go. What's up, guys? We are starting it up. This is a super wide angle, so I don't know if you can see everything. But we have the meet set up. They're gonna start filming now. You see the equipment they brought out. It's a serious shoot. What's up, guys? They are currently recording a scene where it looks like they are filming a race. Let's check it out. We got an Aventurine Red M3. This is the first one I've ever seen. Super, super clean. The white interior. Again, crazy turnout. McLaren M2, Lotus M3, R8, Huracan, beautiful wrap, AMG GTC. Sounds amazing. I have missed driving this car, guys. Valves are fully open. Burbles are on. I know some of you say I shift a lot, and the thing is I do. It's because I want to keep the car at a certain speed, and I don't always need to be high in RPMs. And sometimes when I shift a lot, what I'm doing is I'm either engine braking as I downshift to slow the car, or I settle the car by upshifting. And you know, this is a torque converter automatic. It's a ZF8 speed. I'm not damaging the transmission, don't worry. Everything on this car, maintenance-wise, I do at a half cycle. So, on a ZF transmission, they say it's a lifetime fluid. Best practice, I would say 60,000 miles, change your fluid, the transmission fluid. I'm gonna change mine at 30,000 miles, because that's how I am. So, don't worry, the car's not breaking. And if you've never driven a G82 or a G80, I don't think your opinion holds much. And also, if you don't race your cars, if you don't actually, you know, get on the track, I'm not sure, you know, you have a valid opinion. So, YouTube comments, some of them are great. Actually, I would say most of them are great. And I really appreciate all the positivity. But you do get those people who take side shots, but it's all good. So let me turn up the brightness in here and see if you guys can see it. There's a little knob here you can go up and down. I'm trying to find it. Here we go. That's up all the way. See how bright it is? That's down. I'll keep it all the way bright for right now, but at night the heads-up display can get so bright that it's actually blinding you. And the colors and the text are so vivid that it's blocking the actual view of the road. So that's why normally I just keep it down low. Getting my front splitter repainted, refinished, and putting it back on the car has actually made a pretty big difference. It's a fully carbon fiber front splitter from Racing Sports Concepts. They're a British company. It's beautiful dry carbon, and I painted it gloss black. The reason I painted it is being such a big, and you know, my car is low, so it's being such a big splitter, I have scraped it a few times, and after taking some damage, I thought, you know what, why not just sand it down, paint it gloss back to match the rest of the car's aero. So that's what I did. And since then I've painted it and sanded it down another 2 times. So shout out TS1 and Tucker. All your paint, body shop needs, they really do a great job. They have an alignment rack. They can do car customizations, modifications. TS1 and Tucker, shout them out. They are going to start a YouTube channel, and I'm absolutely down to help them get footage because they have some incredible cars. I'm talking about not just the M cars, but McLarens, Huracans, you know, and to see them rebuild those cars, that's a perfect YouTube opportunity. inside the car with the valves open and the drone is minimal, even with the burbles on. So like, this is what the car sounds like, 7th gear, cruising 80 miles an hour. You could have a conversation in here, no problem. Look at that. The car just abandoned that Mustang by the side of the road. If you turn the valves off, close the valves, it sounds like a stock car. It's amazing. I'm downshifting, you don't even hear the downshifts. Upshift. If I open the valves with the burbles on, downshift, you hear that, right? Oh, here comes the comments that I'm shifting too much. But yeah, on a long road trip, this car can be a luxury grand touring car, quiet as you want, with all the performance still there. But on the track, you can open it up. On the highway with the windows down at the summertime, you know, late at night. Valves open, way to go. I'm gonna crack the windows a little bit, get some sound in. Get why people stay in the left lane and they're clearly going slower than the car in the second lane. Like, this truck is just causing problems without realizing it. I'm pretty sure there's a cop behind me. He should be pulling over the truck, in all honesty. So guys, like I've said before, the channel has a whole series of videos. Mondays are going to be music Mondays and motivation Mondays, where I'm going to share stories that hopefully will motivate you, and I'm going to add to the Unlockable Character Spotify playlist. Wednesdays are going to be wealth and wisdom Wednesdays. I'm going to share general life advice, relationship advice, career advice, and I'm also going to talk about the portfolio that I've started on Robinhood, where currently we've started with $250. We bought 1 share of Apple and 2 shares of Palantir, so that's where we're starting. And every month I'm going to deposit another $250, and every week we're going to check on the portfolio. So I hope you guys follow along. This is going to be a journey of building wealth with you guys, and I want to share, you know, share everything I've learned to get people who I don't even know. I want everyone to be in a better position. And in the United States especially, you can work really hard and you can be in the same position. It's as if you're sprinting but going nowhere, and that's just not where you want to be. You want to have a plan, and you want to take steps towards that plan, and being grateful along the way unlocks so much potential. Because there's going to be days that just drag on, but when you're grateful, those days can be magical. And guys, especially if you're young, girls too, life is long. You know, in your early 20s, you're going to be a completely different person than your early 30s. And it's okay to grow. But from my experiences, what I don't want people to go through is all the negative stuff that could possibly happen in your early 20s. And if you can skip the negative stuff, you can be really ahead of a lot of people in your 30s. And so this channel is not just about entertainment with the cars, but it's really to unlock the best version of all of us. So that's the name, Unlockable Character. And shout out to everyone who came out for the music video tonight. Thank you. That was a crazy turnout. We had DD Exotics, we had Pink Flamingo USA, we had Solo Motorsports, we had cars from A&A Performance. Shout out Solo, shout out A&A Performance. Thank you guys, that was a crazy turnout. We probably had over 50 cars. And it was the chillest meet of the year. No problems. Gwinnett police came through. They saw no one was having, you know, no one was up to no good, and they let us just film. So great night overall. And guys, the car is looking so good. When I get out, I'll do a full 360 video with the splitter on. It just looks so clean, it's unbelievable. nowadays I actually keep my map in this cluster screen, and I keep the engine info on this cluster screen with my tire info and the music that's playing. Fun fact, I've never used the FM radio. I've never used the XM radio. I only really use the in-car Spotify app and then the music app on my iPhone. By the way, the in-car Spotify app, which is an app built into the BMW, sounds better than Spotify through CarPlay. I don't really know why that is. And if I'm playing music through Spotify on the in-car app and I take a video with my iPhone, it doesn't mess with the audio on the iPhone, thankfully. So it's a cool way to get some pretty cool shots with music playing. I can do that for Instagram, but YouTube, of course, I would get a copyright strike, so I have to be very careful about music playing. Let's get some exhaust noise. Oh, I have missed that so much, guys and girls. Oh, that sounds so good. Beating that. So guys, if you drive around Atlanta, be careful when it rains, because every time there's a huge puddle here. Right here, you have to stay in the left lane. Pro tip, if you live in Atlanta. But man, Atlanta is probably right now my favorite city in the US. Everything is here. Cars, fashion, music, film, the music industry, the movie industry, and any car you could think of, and all the car enthusiasts too. We have Road Atlanta as a local track. We have Atlanta Motorsports Park. We used to have Atlanta Dragway for drag racing, but we still have Silver Dollar in Reynolds, Georgia. That's a little bit further down south. But man, if you're a car enthusiast, Atlanta is the place to be. And if you love hip hop and rap music, man, where else are you gonna live? Now, to be fair, I've never lived in LA, and I know LA is pretty sweet too, but I feel like the government in California is putting a lot of pressure on the car scene, so Atlanta is still very chill. Is very, very happy. Sounds absolutely incredible. Temperature wise, I think at 65 degrees the exhaust sounds incredible. Sometimes when it's really, really cold, there's so much rasp, but right about 60 to 80 degrees it just sounds incredible. Yeah, it sounds unbelievable. Intake sounds amazing. Yeah, the car feels great. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you next time. What's up, YouTube? It is Fun Friday, so we have a bunch of pure driving POV footage. And yeah, just that today. Hope you guys enjoy. Gonna be a great time. Let's go. Close the valves there, you can see how much quieter it is. But all right guys, it's Friday, let's get some fun Friday POV footage. Let's go. That thing's pretty sick. So you guys, Gunna released his new album today. It is sick. I've been literally listening to it non-stop. Let me know what you guys think. Also, yeah, that Drake and freaking Kendrick Lamar beef. I mean, I've always thought Drake was a little, you know, let's just say metrosexual, and the people that I know that listen to him or call him the GOAT generally aren't the brightest, you know what I mean? They're just like kind of more plain run-of-the-mill people, I would say, that are more geared towards pop. Drake is not a rap artist, you know what I mean? Kendrick Lamar is just levels above him. And when you look at Drake as a person in the entertainment industry, I think he's actually someone who could be like a psychological agent, right? Because he is completely narcissistic. He's so vain. He's got so many insecurities, right? He had surgery on his abs. He's just not a good person, yet all these people look up to him. Yet he's really just the formula of the industry, you know, played out. He's not like some unique, unbelievable talent. And so, you know, remember that. Kendrick Lamar is a GOAT. Drake is not a GOAT. And also Isaiah Rashad is a young GOAT. If you don't know who Isaiah Rashad is, you should definitely check him out. He's part of TDE, Top Dog Entertainment. Kendrick Lamar, Ab-Soul, Schoolboy Q, J-Rock. Unbelievable artists. But yeah, I've always loved Gunna, and it is a blessing to live in Atlanta, guys. To be able to have a lot of that energy of the music, you know, come from this city. It's a special place. It'll eat you alive though if you don't know how to, you know, if you don't know how to survive and just kind of move out here, you can definitely be eaten alive really quickly. People know how to use left lane. They do not. I will say, for all the you know, bad press that BMW drivers get, they're usually not the ones in the left lane holding people up, you know. Guys, it sounds so good in here. I hope you're picking up all the audio. It just sounds amazing. So I know we talked about the M4 CS yesterday or Wednesday, but let's talk about it some more. It is definitely a sick car, but if you get it with carbon ceramic brakes and an individual color like the Frozen Isle of Man green or the Riviera blue, you're gonna be pushing $135,000 before taxes. And you know how dealerships are. The one that I reached out to, they actually wanted $3,500 on top for a ceramic coat. You know what I mean? Like, come on, guys. But at $135,000, I think with the car market turning overall, that car will probably be worth closer to $100,000 spring of next year. So I would watch for that, guys. There's probably going to be a big drop in prices. If you guys remember, the F80 generation CS is now a high $60,000 car. And that also was like a $100,000 car when it was new. So it's a great buy, I think, if you buy it used, but buying it new, I don't think it's worth it. And hopefully the people that do buy it drive it. If you do buy it new, enjoy it. I have another surprise coming though, guys, and I can't wait. Cannot wait. We're looking at like a month out right now, and I think you guys are going to be blown away. And I'm so happy that you also get to see the journey with me, but I want you guys to take this kind of journey financially, spiritually, through wisdom, through, you know, honoring yourself, through honoring others, you apply these things, you will absolutely get to where you want. If you want an M4, you'll get it. And don't let any person on earth hold you back, because in reality it's just you against you. And when you start to win that battle day after day, you know, become a little bit better, when you're able to win over your habits so that you're no longer basically passing time by chasing dopamine highs, you know, when you actually put together a plan and every day you're sticking to it, even on the days where it feels like nothing's going right, I promise you, you will get to where you want to be. We had ages to go in 5th gear, but I didn't want to push it and close in on that car too fast. It's a beautiful day out here in Atlanta. It's 75 degrees on a Friday. Power went out in my apartment. That was fun. I just honestly just chilled on the balcony with my dog, took in some sunshine. And guys, you know, what allows me to have so much fun, especially considering it's Fun Fridays, I get everything done that I need to, that balances me and allows me to have fun without really any regrets. What does that mean? It means, you know, chores, work, maintaining the house, all of that. Literally everything is perfect the moment I step out the door, because then I have nothing to worry about, and it brings me a sense of peace and calm. So if you have your house in order, you can have all the fun you want afterwards. And don't get me wrong, what I don't want YouTube to become is work, because right now I'm really enjoying it. And the reason I know that I'm enjoying it is because I'm really being myself. I'm being true to myself. I'm enjoying my car. I'm trying to share as much wisdom as I can, and I want to have people, you know, break free of the chains that they may not even know are around them right now, because so much of modern life has become that. And I was just reading that for a lot of young men, you know, under the age of 30 in America, life is seemingly, you know, not optimistic in terms of the future, right? Because we have inflation, we had COVID, we have these wars around the world, we have, you know, the climate crisis, which is happening around us, and, you know, you can pay attention or you cannot pay attention, but all of these things seemingly are downward pressure on our future prospects, right? We can't buy a house. There are literally 80 and 90-year-olds in Congress and the Senate, and they control the government, and they don't have our interests in mind. Let's say hi to the police, Doraville. We are going towards Buford, so not even his jurisdiction. But what I'm trying to say is, for those young men, what you have to do is start living a meaningful life. And what a meaningful life means is that you find meaning and joy through things that bring you honor. So what brings you honor? It could be simple things like keeping your place in order, maintaining positive relationships, and being as kind as possible while also maintaining your boundaries. And you should have a plan, and I know it's so hard to plan today because there's so many distractions. But the number one thing I would say is to plan around building financial freedom. Because today, more than ever, economic liberty is the true meaning of freedom. And what I mean by economic liberty is being able to say what you think and being able to freely speak your mind without fear of losing your job or losing your income. And that's really how America controls people in the system that we live in. They're so dependent on their next paycheck or their job, you know, whether it's an hourly wage job or it's a salary, that they're too afraid to speak their mind. And we're literally seeing it play out. these big technology companies, which were supposed to help us share our thoughts, are now controlling us, and the government is not doing anything about it, which is unbelievable, because freedom of speech is really the crux of, I think, Western civilization. And unfortunately, what we're seeing is an overextension of tolerance for things that are completely backwards, while preventing people who are rational with common sense from even speaking up because they're too afraid to. That's the paradox of the times that we live in. And if you're a young man and you feel, you know, stuck, I think you should really start considering, how do I live with the least amount of expenses while earning at least a wage where I can save something, and start putting it away in investments like what we talk about on Wealth Wednesdays, so that I can start generating income for myself, and also starting to understand AI, because there is so much money to be made online through the creation of content, right? You could create videos, you could create writing, stories, audiobooks, podcasts, and all of these platforms like YouTube. And yes, YouTube, you know, because they're the platform holder, they have power. So again, you're not always free to say exactly what you want. But with AI, you have the ability to generate content now. We're seeing AI that can generate music. We're seeing AI like Sora, which is from OpenAI, generate videos just from prompts. So as you start to think about these things, what I really suggest is start studying how to create income online by generating content through AI, either through actual content or services using AI. And then start putting your money away in technology and cryptocurrencies that you believe in, that are basically fueling the future of innovation for this country. That's the real reason that I'm so, you know, focused on AI, technology, and defense, because the future of this country is also, you know, in a one-to-one relationship with the defense industry, whether you want to believe it or not. Sometimes I just don't understand, you know, the lanes and how people drive. But anyway, guys, I hope you take that message to heart. And I know it's Fun Friday, but after seeing that adorable police officer, I'm gonna try to chill a little bit. Of course, we'll have some more fun, but it looks like there's tons of police up there, so let's take it easy for now, guys. What up, guys? We are at my favorite car wash now. She might as well be AI. Always greets me. I turned my AC off, guys. Do you do that at the car wash? I just think it's a good idea, right? You don't want water getting through your system, but who knows? So the beauty of having a fully PPF'd car with a ceramic coat on top is you really just need touchless washes for the car to look good. The only thing that you really need to like wipe down would be the side skirts, the front splitter, and the trunk, you know, the rear bumper, because after the car wash, you know, the car picks up more debris in the back from the tires and everything. And even the exhaust, I think, when you have a modified exhaust like catless downpipes, the particles can build up as well. But I'm still thinking about getting one of those portable fans that you can run at the end of the car wash, because I think that would be an awesome thing to have, just to dry the car off afterwards. These tunnels usually have dryers, but you know, they're never going to get all the water off the car. Don't tell me the parking assistant package isn't awesome, because it is. And if you don't have it, you don't get the extra icon on your center console. So the CS owners are paying $130,000, $140,000 and they're missing an icon. So pretty interesting, right, guys? I mean, I love it for car washes. The 3D view is also pretty sick. I wonder if it always gets the wheels correct, because of course my car came with black wheels, so. But yeah, guys, let's go. And again, guys, we are gonna pump the brakes, carbon ceramics, when they're cold or wet. Do not like to stop the car, so you know how it is. probably looks crazy if people don't know what's going on. By the way, when you guys think about cars, right? For most people, and I mean 99% of people, cars are an appliance, like a refrigerator. You know what I mean? So when you ask people, you know, how much do they know about refrigerators? Most of them are not really gonna know past the surface level of what an appliance of a refrigerator is, right? So I think when you meet young people who are interested in cars, like kids, and you spur their curiosity or their joy about cars, it's only a good thing, because a lot of people don't know more than just, you know, their car gets them from A to B. But I do think about that. So when, you know, you're at car shows and stuff and people come up to the car, I don't mind it, you know. Of course, how people approach you can really throw off your energy, but you have to be very grounded and try to accept that, you know, you don't know where that person's coming from. Of course, you should still be honorable to yourself. So you should honor yourself in terms of not letting boundaries be crossed. So, for example, and I don't mean to insult anyone, but if you're a very big person and you want to sit in the car and it's carbon bucket seats and it's very cramped, I'm just going to say no for the sake of, you know, I don't want the car to be damaged, and I don't want you to also, you know, kind of look bad. You know, it's going to be kind of a awkward experience. So that's something I'm okay with saying, like, no. But, you know, to each their own. But if you do have, you know, limits, you should maintain them. Guys, what do you think? It sounds amazing, right? Personally, I think it sounds incredible. I always go to the right side here because the highway is so uneven, and this is the most even path. Shift before red line, it hits so hard. It gets smoother as you shift towards red line when you have a custom and aggressive XHP tune. The burbles off, guys, it sounds so clean. Like, I know the burbles sound good, but with no burble, it's so nice, you know? I just think the burble is a little immature, but there's always a place and time. I know I'm just exaggerating with the gear shifts, but it's so clean, you know? It sounds so good. wind's pretty crazy right now and I can feel it in the car. I used to have a full body kit on this car, so front splitter, side skirts with the winglets, the rear winglets, and a big high kick spoiler. And then after the high kick spoiler, I actually did a mounted wing, and you could feel the difference. I also did canards in the front. It looked sick, but like I said, I have something coming. But you know, the aero was amazing in terms of the downforce. When you tune the car, obviously some people want to go fast as possible in a straight line. I like to drive the car on the track as well, and so I would love to know what the car is like when it's tuned, plus it has a body kit. I mean, you will lose, you know, some straight line speed because the downforce is going to slow the car down, but you may gain acceleration and the ability to go into corners and exit at higher speeds, which on a track is way more valuable than just top end speed. But this car is such a beautiful car in terms of everything it does. It's a beautiful track car for the quarter mile on the drag strip or for the circuit. It's a beautiful car to daily drive, other than the gas mileage. And it's a beautiful car to take a long road trip in because it's got so much technology and comfort features and luxury. So I don't really know if there's another car at 100 grand or around 100 grand that kind of ticks all the boxes, you know what I mean? It's so much more refined than a GTR. And remember, the GTR doesn't have like the space that this has in the back. There's no way you could fit anywhere near as much in the GTR as you can fit in here. And that car is so old. No insult to the GTR, but you know, the R34 feels a lot more iconic than the R35 when you look back at it. Although the Nismo, the R35s, like after 2017, the Nismo ones, those are for sure, those are sick. Right now, if you want an incredible car, you don't need the rear space, but you want something that does everything, the AMG GT is a sick car. And the ones from 2016, I've seen them in the $60,000 range, which is incredible for that car. That's also like an even more upscale, like date night car than even the M4 in my eyes. beautiful clear night, guys. The wind calmed down, so that means the tunnel is going to sound excellent. If you can see, I'm just kind of maneuvering myself around traffic to get the best possible run. Accelerating because I saw him get into the other lane, so I thought we wouldn't have had much more space. Alright, let's see. Let's see what all-wheel drive is like right now. It's gonna be crazy. driving around in rear-wheel drive, so all-wheel drive is so fast. And the burbles are even crazier. That was dumb. Guys, let's launch it in freaking all-wheel drive, see what this is about. Jesus Christ. That wasn't even launch control, guys. That was just building boost. I think it's the Chrysler Crossfire going crazy. It's too funny. So that didn't go as planned, but might as well get some footage, huh? guys. We stopped at a tunnel. Half the people went left, half the people went through the tunnel. And I'm not sticking around to figure out what's going on. Get some pretty cool footage and head home, you know what I mean? You gotta call it as you see it. Feels good. Example, guys, where you can downshift before you get to this unsettled part of the terrain. Get back on the gas, feel it out. There you go. What up, guys? Welcome back to Fun and Fitness Fridays. And you know I had to do that. Drove my car a little bit around the city to warm it up. Now that it's warm, I can actually enjoy driving a little bit in the city before getting the car up to temperature on the highway. I always baby it for like maybe 5-7 minutes. I wait till the engine oil temperature gets to the right temperature and then I actually get on the car. But those first 5-7 minutes, guys, those are the worst when you're just driving in automatic and you know, it just feels like a economy car at that point until you really put it into manual mode and put it into the sports settings. Today is Fun Friday, so guys, I mean, if I can launch the car somewhere, I will, you know what I mean? Because what's a Friday without launching it? Guys, I'm in rear-wheel drive mode with the DSC off and traction off. I can already feel the car slipping. now, guys, my tires are all at 33 for the tire pressure. I really like 33 all the way around, just for daily driving. When it gets super hot, you know, that 33 can get up to like 38, 39, and then you can, if it gets like 20, 30 degrees hotter, like if it was 100 degrees right now, I would lower the tire pressure by another 3 pounds. But right now it's 70 degrees. Valves are open, we're in rear-wheel drive mode, but the burbles are off. Just how I like it. This is kind of like ASMR, guys, right? The rain, the exhaust. And guys, I will go live in the future. I'm thinking about what hardware I need, like what devices I need to go live, because that'd be so sick. And not only that, I want to have a setup where I can see the incoming chats too, you know what I mean? Like, we could really do some POV, like first person, just like RPG, car RPG in real life type, you know, type shit. So that would be sick. Guys, for anyone starting to drive, do not drive with the traction control off and the stability control off in the rain. This AI, remember, it's been trained on over 10 years of driving, so... But if you do find yourself in a situation where you're in the rain and you have the traction off and the stability control off and you're watching the AI do its thing, just tell the AI to keep the throttle held down. Do not lift from the throttle, because the car is going to violently snap and it can oversteer you into the wall. That's what happens to a lot of people. It happens to people like Edward Mondy in a McLaren. It happens to your neighbor in his Mustang. Just stay in. When you start losing grip, stay in it. You can shift to stabilize the car. You can counter steer. But do not lift. If you shift and the car is stable, then you can lift. Or you may have to counter steer and then give more throttle, but if you just purely lift, you're just letting the car do its thing, and that could be very bad. Very, very bad. when you apply the brakes, guys, you're shifting the weight of the car, so remember that. So if you think there's going to be a really rough patch of road ahead, you can actually brake, shift the car, stabilize it if you're coming from a turn, so that you can take the unstable road with the car flat. If the car is tilted and it's not centered on its balance when you enter rough roads and you're taking a turn, you're just introducing more hazards for yourself. Guys, this song just came out, Runway Richie, and guess who's on it? It's Young Nudie. This song is sick. Video record. Can't play it too much, but definitely check that song out, guys. I wish I could put more music on in these videos without getting YouTube copyright strikes, but you know how it is. So guys, I got word a few days ago that my car, the new car, is on a ship on the way to the US. So I cannot wait to show you guys. And this him decal, I know some of you guys have been asking about it. I am going to produce these for you guys. I'm gonna sell it at a reasonable price too, with high quality. And I'm gonna take this design, this was something myself and my girlfriend designed actually, and I'm going to create merchandise for the channel, starting with BMW themed merchandise. So, you know, like shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and guys, I'm gonna make sure it's good quality. But I hope you guys look forward to that. Guys, we are going to the car wash, even though it's raining. We might stop if it keeps raining and maybe get gas, because we only got like 70 miles of range left. Much better with the windows up, but not as much exhaust noise, guys. I just don't want to have so much wind noise in the video. Did you guys see that today the #1 golfer in the world got arrested with felony charges because a cop's ego was too fragile? Just beware, guys. Even the wealthiest, most privileged people can sometimes have experiences with the police that may actually wake them up to how the police interact with most people. But then of course they can fall back on their wealth and their privilege and their network and their access to get out of that situation. And that's the difference, you know? People whose mindset and worldview has never been challenged because they are protected by essentially class and wealth and connections. That worldview is so limited and tucked away that they almost cannot experience the cognitive dissonance, or they do experience cognitive dissonance when they get into a situation where they are wrongly arrested and then charges are put against them which they know are wrong. And so, you know, I was just watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air with my girlfriend, and you know, there's this episode where Carlton and Will, they borrow their dad's legal partner's Mercedes to drive down to the golf course, and on the way down they get lost and they both get arrested because the police assume that they were stealing the car regardless of what they said. And of course, one way or another, Carlton's father shows up at the police station and bails them out, and of course he has something to say to the officers. But imagine if Carlton's father wasn't a lawyer at a high-power legal firm, you know what I mean? Well, anyway, Carlton gets out of jail and he still can't believe that he was wrong, because he still thinks that everything was okay and the system worked the way it should have. But trust me, that's not the way that the system should work. We have a justice system that's really a legalese system that's propped up by pretty much what you would consider like old boy networks across judges, lawyers, prosecutors. And not only that, this whole network runs on a system of legalese, not justice. And to know legalese, you have to understand class, you have to understand power. And Carlton is someone whose worldview, he was experiencing cognitive dissonance, but he wasn't seeing the big picture when Will was trying to tell him what happened at the end. Like, yeah, you got bailed out, but the system didn't work. The only reason that you got bailed out is because you had a high-powered, wealthy father, you know? And that's what we have to deal with, right? You have to deal with knowing that the armed gang that is the police force in the United States, and if you look at IQs and emotional intelligence, you're not dealing with the brightest people. They are going to be essentially at the drop of a hat. If you so dare to injure their fragile ego, you are now at the mercy of whatever the fuck they want to do to you. And personally, you know, if you keep your mouth shut and you know the legal system, you can apply the patterns that you may learn, or if you study the legal system enough to get out of situations. But you should never even have to study those patterns. You shouldn't even be getting into those situations. That's the bigger picture. The police force should be better educated. People should not be wrongly brought against charges that are essentially a manifestation of the officer's ego. And if you don't see that bigger picture, nothing is going to open up that world view for you. You're just stuck in what I like to call the panopticon, which is a system where everyone in jail is watching everyone else in jail to make sure they don't get out. I'm not part of that panopticon, you know what I mean? Like, there's a bigger picture. I'm trying to help people break free. And some people are so happily stuck that they don't realize that they're in that part of that panopticon. But yeah, guys, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air had some real life lessons. I couldn't stand Hillary. I still can't stand Hillary in that show, but definitely some good life lessons in that show. I'm gonna put it in all-wheel drive, guys. if you have a big ass truck, would you stay in the left lane? Like, what advantage? Like, what in your mind is like, yeah, I got a big ass truck with tons of shit in it, I gotta stay in the left lane, slow everyone down. Burbles are back on, guys, in all-wheel drive mode, and I'm not that stupid to try to accelerate insanely fast in slick roads, because remember, when it rains, what you're gonna get is a bunch of oil on the road, which is slicker than just water, so a lot of that can cause your traction to completely get lost. Notice that there's a silver Nissan in the left lane causing all the traffic because it just won't get out of the left lane. If people could drive, guys, do you know how much better of a society we would live in? So this is Georgia, guys. It could go from like basically overcast, foggy, downpour to super bright, beautiful day. And I bet it's gonna do that in the next like 4 hours. I was gonna go to the car wash, but now I'll probably just get some gas and head to the gym and then upload this video for you guys. Alright guys, the GoPro has been overheating, so I'm going to keep the windows open a little bit. We're going to head back towards the Dunwoody in Chevron by my gym and then get gas, get some gym footage, get some driving footage on the way back. Alright guys, let's go. Ooh, feels good. Put it back in all-wheel drive, guys, because well, that's easy, like exiting, you know, a gas station. When you're driving past 70 miles an hour on an oily, wet road, it's kind of out of your hands sometimes. So back there, that was in my hands. So personally, even after driving for a long time, I'd say if your AI hasn't been trained on like 5 years of rain, then guys, don't push it in the rain. There's no reason, like literally no reason. And it's kind of cool, like sit back, like look at this. It's an awesome like effect, right? It's like ray tracing is on the maximum settings right now, guys. Like the NVIDIA GPUs are getting taxed because they have to run ray tracing and AI at the same time. That's why people glitch out, right? But no, I'm just messing around. But still, when you guys start to realize that every moment of life has so much joy, to experience just by sitting back and letting yourself take in what's happening around you. Like, listen to the world around you. Like, listening is not more than, it's more than just your ears. Like, take it in. Because there's so much beauty when, and it's so hard. I know it's hard to slow down because some people are stuck in a survival mindset. But what can help you is gratitude to slow you down. I know you got to survive, but every day could be a little bit more joyful and a little bit more beautiful when you just slow down and you allow yourself to feel everything and see everything. Watch this minivan. They will stay in the left lane. Kind of windy today, guys. I apologize, but I do need to keep the camera cool. It's been overheating, and wind flow is the best way to do that. That truck is still in the left lane for no reason. Like, I think people are just retarded. There's no other way around it. There you go, BMW driver knows what's up. Truck driver is still in the left lane behind us. Right now the rain and the road is pushing me to the left. I can feel it. And guys, as you get more experience with the AI, you'll feel it, right? You'll feel what oversteer is. Oversteer is the car wants to correct too much in the direction that you're going. Understeer is the car does not want to travel in the direction that you want it to go in, and it's fighting you. And you'll find in different situations, as you start to feel the grip, the mechanical grip of the car and the grip of the tires, you will start to get more confident in what your limits are, or what the AI's limits are. Verbals are still on. We're in all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive sport. It should say xDRIVE, right guys? It shouldn't say four-wheel drive. What do you think? 1 is in the stiffest settings. That's why the car is actually bouncing so much. 400 is a very stiff road.
send me push out the chase. You got it on the display. I got it from the runway. I got it. Fuck it, I go out the plane.
Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back. Went to the gym, guys, and I'm still working up the nerve to film because it's a pretty chill gym. It's not one of those like bodybuilder gyms, so I'm not trying to film in there too much, but I will get to it. I'll write in the description what I did today. It was a pretty good workout. It's always the truck drivers that don't realize that they have multiple lanes. example, guys, where you can downshift before you get to this unsettled part of the terrain. Get back on the gas, feel it out. There you go. Yeah. Damn, man. This thing is. Sick. Wow. That is crazy. That's awesome. Alright guys, let's see. This is recording, so.
Yes, sir.
Woo! Yeah.
Let me get, you said you wanted the shots, right?
Yeah.
Let me get.
I'm gonna see if I'm gonna.
Which one?
One that's easy to stand on if you want. I'm gonna go around on the right side.
Long time no see, bro.
I'll get up
Yeah,
there.
let's go.
I'll get on this one, and then we'll get the shots.
All right.
All right, let me get on it.
Nah, one gonna be even. Two gonna be crazy. Y'all gonna have to.
I think 2 is it. 2 is the limit. You ready? It's catching here, man.
Can I get some?
Huh? Do you want to get some GoPro footage?
What was that?
You want to get some GoPro footage?
I was gonna ask if I could get some interior shots.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
The POV.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Dude, I was drifting my 330 downstairs.
No way.
Yeah, it's because there's leaves and it's nothing crazy. Oh, you got fucking screen. What's it called? If you want, I'll take you. It's like I'm not crazy at it, but like you can slide it. I know you can do that one for a fact. A little power, open diff.
I'm actually keeping my exhaust off so I don't like make the car too, noisy around here.
For real?
Yeah.
You can do it. Go ahead. There was just a Lambo that flew by. I don't know if you heard it.
It's kind of hard to keep this shit going.
Yo, it's so much more different in the passenger. What the
water.
Yeah, good idea. Did you hear a pop or is that just hitting that thing right there?
Move it.
Yeah, move that thing. The swamp water.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do my car, but dude, I just got a car wet.
Sweating it up.
Oh, fuck, they got the bike.
What happened? Ho. It's not burning too much.
I know their hearts are.
I'm gonna let the car run for a little bit. That was fun, man.
That was. Yeah.